Okay guys, I'm here to break down all the demonic images in Beyonce's new film, Black is King. I saw some scary stuff in the trailer, so that means she must be in the Illuminati. Okay guys, I'm definitely joking. I don't believe any of that. But she does have a lot of stuff in there that could be explained, like the plot, as well as all of the references she used to things from Africa. Beyonce served us all kinds of looks. I mean, wigs were snatched and edges had to be swept up. Welcome to my channel, guys. I'm Sarah Slay, and today we're going to be talking about Black is King. I'm going to explain what happened in the film and talk about the references, aka the Easter eggs that appear. Okay, themes. This is meant to be a retelling of The Lion King, so right off the bat, our major themes are going to be finding yourself, becoming who you're destined to be, and going on a journey only to find that your destination is right where you started, hence the title song from the original Lion King, The Circle of Life. Pay close attention to that last thing, because that's how Beyonce is going to make this story her own and relate it to her life as an African American woman. The film opens with a baby in a woven basket set adrift in a river. Already, this is packed full of references. Right away, this reminds me of Moses from the Bible. His mother placed Moses in the basket and placed him in the river Nile in an attempt to save his life from the Pharaoh. Moses was found by Pharaoh's daughter and raised in the Egyptian palace. This imagery can also be a nod to Harriet Tubman. She was so great at freeing slaves that she was given the nickname Moses. I believe Beyonce wants us to be reminded of the Middle Passage. The Middle Passage was the forced voyage of enslaved Africans across the Atlantic Ocean. And because I know Beyonce loves poetry, hence her son's name, or not her son, her daughter's name, Rumi, which is actually one of her favorite poets. I know she had to have read The Negro Speaks of Rivers by Langston Hughes. Langston wrote this poem after visiting Africa and returning to New York.
I've known rivers ancient as the world and older than the flow of human blood in human veins. My soul has grown deep like the rivers. I bathed in the Euphrates when dawns were young.
Moving on, we see Beyonce on the beach with the baby and other women and children participating in what seems like a baptism or a christening. This is a reference to the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. Their parishioners are known to wear all white and conduct baptisms. The baby becomes a little boy, aka Simba, and we see him receive some tribal markings. He's surrounded by women carrying pink flowers. In the distance, we can see who I'm going to refer to as the Green Man. Beyonce and the Green Man appear together throughout the film. They're usually watching Simba, but are sometimes characters as well. It's safe to assume they're both Orishas. Orishas are a part of Yoruba mythology. They are best described as mediums to the gods. They're humankind's connection to the spirit world. Beyonce is portraying Oshun, the river Orisha. She tapped into Oshun for her 2016 project Lemonade, so I think it's safe to assume it's the same here. The Green Man is a nod to the artist I cannot say his name correctly. Jali Atiku. The Green Man is a nod to the artist Jali Atiku's, sorry if I'm saying the name wrong, Festival of Earth. He's also meant to be the Orisha of wild plants and healing, Ozain. Though in traditional Yoruba mythology, Ozain is not green. He's connected to calabashes and cowrie shells, which we do see other green men wearing. As an FYI, cowrie shells are used for divination, so remember that, it comes in handy. Find Your Way Back begins to play, and Beyonce and her dancers look like literal shooting stars. This is one of my favorite looks from her. We see some people wearing strange looking masks. This could be a reference to the Dogon Tribe. This tribe is so interesting. If you're a fan of any ancient astronaut theories, then you'll know that the Dogon Tribe is said to have been visited by fish-like aliens from the Sirius star system. Some people do say that they themselves are aliens. I don't know. This was the explanation for the Dogon Tribe's knowledge of Sirius A and Sirius B, which can't be seen by the naked eye. We all know that's bullshit though. The other theory is that the tribe had some unknown Western visitors who told them about the stars, which to me is also nonsense. Yes, it's possible, but how hard is it to believe that someone in the tribe could, create some type of makeshift telescope, or was simply able to infer through observation that Sirius A and B must be there? But let's get back to the film. That's a topic for a whole another video. I wonder if the writers of this song were inspired by the TV miniseries called Book of Negroes. Go ahead and get your laughs out. I was like, what the hell when I first saw the name of that TV show, but it's an actual show and it's very good. It follows Aminata, an African girl who was captured and enslaved in America before returning to Africa. Aminata's father would teach her how to find her way back to the village alone as a child. Before leaving her in the jungle, he would say, "Find your way back," so she would literally find her way home. This next section follows the Lion King plot pretty closely. Simba leaves his home and runs into the hyenas, aka scary snake guy with about 50-11 rings. He asks Simba, "Who are you?" And Beyonce and the Green Man watch from a distance. Don't Jealous Me is my favorite song from the album because I absolutely love Yemi Alade. She slays all of her looks and she gives us, in my opinion, the fiercest dances. Simba goes way off track. We see him gambling and participating in hoodlum activities. He even dons his own suit and monkey. Scar is seen with rings falling out of his mouth to symbolize decadence and greed, which works with the Lion King original animated film because a big part of the reason that Scar was such a bad leader is because he was so overindulgent of Pride Rock's natural resources that there was nothing left and the lions were starving. This next scene is pretty clever and the most cinematic in my opinion. In the Lion King film, Simba was trapped in a stampede of wildebeest. For Black is King, Simba is trapped in the middle of a gang of motorcycles. Mufasa is run over and killed by them as he attempts to save Simba. Scar throws his jacket onto the throne, climbs on the table towards the camera and growls, symbolizing that he is now the Lion King. I don't know why, but to me, this scene is perfection. From here, we go to the spirit world to bury Mufasa. Everything is all white, which is a nod to Yoruba funeral traditions. And yes, I'm aware there are lots of other traditions around the world surrounding burial and death, really, and grieving, where people wear white. Joshua Abba's spoken word plays. The dilemma of not knowing who you are is spelled out, specifically for those of us in the diaspora.
And if I can't think myself, I can't be myself. But if I can't be myself, I will never know me. So Uncle Sam, tell me this. If I will never know me, how can you?
From here, the plot becomes more about art than telling a traditional narrative. Beyonce has gone all out with the visuals for Move Forever. Simba is living it up in the mansion with Beyonce and Jay. Beyonce serves us looks after looks after looks after looks. I mean, just FYI, in the whole movie, which is 84 minutes, Beyonce had 63 costume changes. The long glasses, the garish furnishings, the animal print, the expertly laid baby hairs. The fact that she had a butler just to brush her grill, I laughed so hard at that part. Jay's part was cool, I guess. Beyonce having her butler hold her train while she walked around the driveway, I mean, damn, I was not ready for it. Y'all, am I the only one who caught this? But look, when Beyonce comes out of the water during the synchronized swimming scene, she wasn't even wet. Mind blown. I was like, how can that be possible? Of course, the human chessboard was lit, but I can't really think of some greater meaning other than symbolizing being a king or a queen and making your moves smartly. But hey, I loved the fashion. Back to the plot. If you notice, we do get some scenes where Simba is with a female companion. I believe this is meant to be Nala. In Black is King, Nala finds Simba early and she stays with him until adulthood. In the video for Keys to the Kingdom, Simba and Nala get married. At the end of the Mood Forever video, Beyonce and Jay-Z are looking at an old school television set. On the screen, we see a young Simba sitting by a stream holding an ornate object that looks like a chess piece. Suddenly, we see Scar click his rings 4 times. This causes Simba to startle and drop the object into the stream. The object's importance is never fully fleshed out, but it appears to be related to his claim to the throne, like some type of proof. The object appears again during the Ja Ra video. Simba is having a great time driving around the city looking for a Wombe party when suddenly the driver transforms into Scar. He bangs his rings again, and the object appears in his hands as he laughs menacingly. The Already music video signifies Simba's decision to return to Pride Rock. It starts off with several green men wearing cowrie shells and covering their face. The scene is very moving. It symbolizes taking a spiritual look at yourself, a deeper look at who you are as a person. The green people are using the cowrie shells to divine the answer to the question of who are you. This song is about Simba understanding and embracing his destiny. We see the green man back at the shore carrying his calabash. Beyonce floats in the water. Everyone has their eyes closed, like they're in a dream. The answer to who you are is to go back to where you started. While the music video for Water doesn't move the plot along, it is a stunning and beautiful celebration of women. We see Nala in a pink and flowing gown. I love all the calabashes, the water pots that so many women carry to bring water back and forth. I'm only going to touch very briefly on brown skin girls. It's centered around a debutante ball, or a debutante cotillion as they were known in the African American community. Basically, young women of affluent means were selected from their communities to become debutantes. They are presented during the ball, or cotillion, into society as bright, young women with an awesome future. These things still exist today, but are way less common, and you don't have to be quite as rich to participate. Another noteworthy thing is the Ludo board on the floor. It's a very popular game in Nigeria. I don't really know how best to describe it, but it is pretty fun. I've played it myself. Finally, we've come full circle. We see Beyonce in the desert with a baby and a sandstorm brewing. Everyone else is running away, but Beyonce heads towards it. It's revealed that this is the baby from the beginning. The baby is Simba, but it represents every one of us in the diaspora whose ancestors suffered the Middle Passage. We see Simba jump into the river. We then see he recovered the chess piece and he presents it to who I can only assume is Rafiki. Kind of like how Moana dove into the ocean to get the heart. He floats up into the sky and is transported into the spirit world where the baby is also. Beyonce, as Oshun, holds the baby and is surrounded by her other children. Simba bows before Mufasa and cries. A rough translation for the lyrics is, "God, please come into my heart. My ancestors are here in the clouds." The lyrics are a combination of Yoruba and Kiswahili. The baby is telling the descendants of the Middle Passage that we don't have to necessarily return physically, but we can return spiritually. When we learn about our ancestors, we learn about ourselves and can finally answer the question, who are you? This was my favorite part of the film, as it spoke to me personally, because I am in fact a descendant of American enslaved people. Right now, I myself am personally trying to put together a family tree and look into the magical practices of hoodoo, which rely heavily on, I guess, ancestral veneration. If you want to learn more about that journey and just see a little bit of my life in general outside of YouTube, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram at SailorSlide. So the film closes out with the fight between Scar and Simba. The visuals for Power were great, but not my favorite. I wasn't able to find a solid translation for the lyrics though, so sorry guys. I guess if you don't speak the language, you don't really know. We get a great a cappella moment from Beyonce and her choir before they go into the video for Spirit, which we've already seen. Okay, my overall take. Black is King is a masterpiece. I loved it. The things I went over only scratched the surface. There are so many references, so much effort and time that went into this. You have to watch it 3 and 4 times. It's a must watch. The only criticism I have for this is the pacing. It was a bit too slow in some parts. I understand she wanted to fit every single song from the album into the film, but some of the songs could have been removed altogether and it still would have worked. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, comment down below. I will see you guys next time.
Perfect.